Hey there, creepy peeps. My name is Vicky and I like talking about horror movies all year round. If you also like talking about horror movies all year round, you should subscribe. So for those of you that maybe don't know, I have a Patreon, and one of the tiers of my Patreon membership includes the perk of requesting a video each month. And Des is out here single-handedly making me finally watch my watch list movies. I'm not gonna lie, I had almost completely forgotten what this movie was about in the time that I put it on my watch list to now. So I decided to kind of run with that and not look up anything about this movie, and I just went in and watched it without giving myself a refresher, and oh my god, was I reminded of what this movie was about. So the film takes place in real time and follows Emily, who's an elementary school teacher. She is organizing a mixer for like-minded women called the Daughters of Aryan Unity. A few of the women continue their night going on to get wine when they encounter someone from Emily's past, and the night spirals into unthinkable violence. So holy shit. Yeah, this is a heavy movie to say the least. It's not really a movie that I anticipate seeing a lot of people say they enjoyed, but it makes for good and important discussion. Come to think of it, I feel like this would make a really good Does This Offend You film choice, actually. But as you can tell from the name of this group, the Daughters of Aryan Unity, the women are coming to this mixer to air their grievances about all the non-white people in society, crying that they work so hard at everything, but because of diversity inclusion efforts, they get pushed to the bottom of the pile. So the writer and director of this film, Beth De Araujo, said she based Emily and her friends in part on this like trad wife movement. It largely takes place online. Basically you see these like, to society standards, pretty white, straight, cisgendered women, you know, like influencer types who advocate for like traditional values of womanhood, aka being a homemaker and being a mom, and their ultimate goal is to raise their children to uphold these values as well. So in the film, Emily says their power as white women comes from them being soft and quiet. So they appear soft and docile, and that's what makes their message easily digestible for like new recruits. The juxtaposition of the first half of this film versus the second half really showcases the way society sees white women versus the actual power that white women hold when it comes to upholding racist, homophobic, just patriarchal systems. So the film takes a turn, as I said, when the women head out they're supposed to be going to Emily's house and they're gonna drink wine. So they stop by to pick up some wine and they run into two women from Emily's past who are not white, and Emily and her friends harass them, emboldened by the mixer they were just at. Not satisfied with the way the encounter ends, Emily and her friends go to the women's home intending to scare them. Spoiler alert, they end up committing a hate crime. They murder the two women. And that's the purpose of this movie, the power of this movie. For all their talk about being soft and quiet, they very easily become violent and destructive. It's the power of white women's tears, like the Central Park birdwatching incident, which Beth De Araujo also said was a partial influence for this movie. The film shows this power in a literal sense, where the white women are the direct perpetrators of the violence. It's not always that way in real life situations. Sometimes it's just a woman crying and saying, this person of color harassed me, and then the police come in and do the literal violence. But I thought the way that it was portrayed in this movie and the message was super powerful, and the whole point of it is to make people uncomfortable, which is kind of, as I was scrolling through reviews of it and videos about it, seems to be the overall feeling is that this movie is very uncomfortable to watch. Kind of the whole point is to sit in that uncomfortableness, especially for white women watching this. And I think the way that the movie was shot in real time really helps with that feeling. Seeing how quickly this story unfolds is so impactful, and it makes it all the more terrifying to watch. All the years that we can just imagine previously before this movie, these white women have had upholding these racist ideals in quiet, so to speak, explodes in the worst kind of violence in like a split second. And it ends, as so many of these real life incidents do with the death of a person of color. This isn't a movie I think I'm gonna watch or rewatch a million times, like not for like enjoyment or comfort watch or anything like that. Glad I finally saw it, though. It absolutely made me uncomfortable. I'm grateful for it making me feel uncomfortable. So thank you to Des for requesting it and make me take it off my watch list finally. If you've seen Soft and Quiet, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, there's gonna be 2 more on the screen in a second for your viewing pleasure, if you feel so inclined. If not, I will see you later this week with a new video. So until then, stay strange. Bye.